What am I giving up? What's going on, guys? Armando Gong here, back with another video, here to just share my thoughts and experiences, my own self-development journey. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I greatly appreciate it, and click on the notification bell to be notified about any new videos I push out. It's bright and early on this lovely Wednesday morning, and one of the things I really wanted to talk about was about actually giving up something in order to achieve what you want. I actually thought about this more yesterday as I've been trying to figure out some of our finances, and one of the things I really stumbled upon is the whole FIRE movement. And if you're not aware, the FIRE movement really stands for like financial independence and retiring early. And it's a nice concept where you save up a big bunch of money in the beginning of your working career in order to retire early in the non-conventional way or non-traditional way, where typically you retire at 65, roughly speaking, 60 to 65, but instead you're retiring when you're like in your mid-30s and your mid-40s, but significantly earlier than what the traditional sense tells you. But in order to achieve this goal, there's a lot of big logistics that you have to mainly go through, mainly that you have to save a big, large part of your income. And when I say large, there are lots of people that I've been researching have been saving roughly 70% of their income, meaning that if you, let's just say, hypothetically said, made $50,000 a year, you would be saving roughly $35,000 worth every single year, living off of just $15,000 a year. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering if that's even feasible, but clearly it is if we minimize a lot of our things that we spend money on, like don't go out nearly as much for food, no happy hour drinks, etc., etc., etc. There are lots of things we can give up in order to make this happen. And I think it's very relevant because a lot of times we're trying to achieve things without giving up anything or maintaining our current status quo. And that's actually not that feasible in the long run, just because if you don't actually change what you are currently doing, then what you're trying to achieve as something new won't really come to fruition. Same thing with like trying to create your own businesses, trying to get better at the gym. If you don't actually give up your time in let's say watching TV or playing video games or something else that is not as productive for your own goals, how exactly are you going to achieve what you want to achieve? Everything's all related in life, right? There are things you need to sacrifice in order to achieve the goals that you want. And we come up with a lot of reasons why there are things we can't do. But I think the bigger reality is that you don't place enough value on the thing you're trying to achieve. And therefore, you're not willing to give up your normal, everyday things in order to get to that point, which is more of a finding out your why, which I talked about in a different video. And I think for me, one of the big key takeaways in trying to achieve the financial independence early is that you have to start taking account to everything that you're currently spending money on, and then really value whether that is worth it to you or not worth it to you, and go from there. Like there are certain things that you don't want to give up. Like maybe you just really enjoy having that coffee in the morning from your favorite cafe. But you know, in a different perspective, you could think about that like, oh, that coffee is pretty good. Like how exactly did they make it? Maybe I'll just make it at home. And typically speaking, everything you do at home is significantly cheaper than you going out there to buy it. So that's like you start exploring your creative ways in order to still keep your standard of living, yet while getting towards the goals that you're trying to go towards. And so everything's all related, because whatever you're trying to achieve in life, there are always things you need to give up in your current lifestyle in order to achieve them for your future lifestyle. There's one saying that I believe the host of Zig Ziglar's podcast mentions, where the habits that help you today are actually not that beneficial for you in the long run, whereas those habits that will help you in the long run are not quite as beneficial for you in the short run. And I think in this similar case, it's like yeah, you don't want to give up your time. You don't want to give up ice cream if you're losing weight, or you don't want to put in the actual sleep, lose some sleep time in order to get some work done late at night. But what you do now sets you up for the future. And yes, there's a fine balance between putting too much of yourself in now in order to get what you want later on. But delayed gratification is a thing, and lots of times the things we want in the future is significantly outweighs our current present needs. Like hunger, like yes, you need to feed yourself, but do you really need to be eating like 10 cookies? No. Like yes, you need to get sleep, but at the same time, if that's the only place you can get extra time out of the day, is that what's going to hold you back? Like, are you willing to lose like an hour of sleep every day in order to put in that extra work every day into your company, into your projects, whatever it is? And financial independence. Am I willing to, instead of eating a lunch out every single day, go grocery shopping one day, make my meals for the day, bring a lunch in every single day? These are all little sacrifices that you make in the current present day in order to achieve the future goals that you're trying to go for. And, going into the financial independence and researching more and more of it, there are lots of like waste that I can currently cut out in my life. And examining that and always just keeping an inventory of the things you want versus the things that you currently need versus the things that you're wasting is a very, very just good self-audit that you should do in all parts of your life. That's really all I got for today. Big takeaway. You're always going to give up something, and examining what you're going to give up in order to achieve what you want in life. That's it. Again, my name is Armando Gong. If you like this video, please leave a like and leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the notification bell in order to be notified of any new videos that I push out. Take it easy, guys. Later.